You've always heard that you need to invest, but you don't know where to begin.
Don't worry, leave that to us. We've been teaching people how to invest for the last 8 years and have helped over 45,000 people get started with investing in a simple way. And now we've made the process even easier by creating a course that teaches you how to get started investing in 5 simple steps. And it's called our L.E.A.R.N method.
Before you invest, you need to 1. Look at your financial position. 2. Establish your personal goals. 3. Assess your investment options. 4. Research the best options for you. And 5. Normalize investing regularly.
With these 5 easy steps, you can start your investment journey with confidence and clarity. But wait, there's more. We've created templates and resources to help you take action right away. After this course, you will know how much you have to invest, your investment targets and timelines, and how to invest to achieve your goals. Register now at learngrowinvestclub.com.
All right. Good night, everybody. Let's jump right into it. You know what we're talking about today. Should be interesting conversation as usual. So last week I did a video about Jamaica. And I told myself I wasn't going to do any more videos, and yet here I am. So there's more to talk about 1 week later. So let's see. And I'm going to talk about why there is something to talk about. But before that, let's see how Jamaica traded today. So I'm logged into JTrader, and it opened the day at 488. Previous closing price was 493. Last traded price was 472, and we have here closing price of 473. 4 million units traded today, 4.3 million. And let's look at the trades, right? I like to look at this. I believe it went as low as I heard 460, seeing some 465, 462, 461 there. So very interesting day for it to trade especially based on where it was last week. So it started the day at 488, and as the day progressed, it got lower and lower, right? So interesting time for it. And let's get into the reason why. Right. So there are 2 articles that I'll read. One is on the Observer here. So it says here, toll collection for the new Phase 1C segment of the PJ Patterson Highway from Maypen to Williamsville, which was scheduled to commence on December 1st, 2025, has been delayed. Right. In a notice issued recently, the operator said a new start date will be provided once all operational details have been finalized. So this was posted on their Instagram page. That's where I saw it first. Of course, I shared it in our community groups, shared it with our challenge members. And so we were talking about it last Saturday about what the week will look like. And I think so far we've been pretty on point with it. So let's see. So we will announce the new date as soon as all the details are confirmed. Thank you for your patience. The post read. So despite the delay, the teams are intensifying operations ahead of the upcoming transition. According to the notice, heavy pre-operational activities are currently underway at the toll plazas along the corridor to ensure that systems are fully ready when the management of the highway officially begins. Now, there is some speculation here that it's just going to be, they're just going to start the new year, right? They're just going to probably let the Christmas go through and then start in the new year, because especially, kind of there was the dispute about charging for the toll, not charging for the toll. And so some persons think that, they're just going to push it back to the start of the new year. We'll see, because it's been a long time not, having any revenues from this toll, and now to extend it is interesting. Now, as a shareholder, and I am a shareholder at the point of this video, I think there's a little bit of I don't like the fact that there was some confusion here, because I went to the investor briefing and I don't believe, unless I missed something, there was no understanding or expectation as somebody who visited the investor briefing that there would have been any delays in them starting December 1st, because at their AGM they said they're going to start Q4 this year. We're in Q4. And also, I think the only way that I'm thinking it might have been maybe something I kind of assumed is that what they spoke about, what was the revenue targets for Williamsfield next year being 10 million US, right? But I noticed they never said anything about revenues for 2024, because sometimes companies will say, we'll get maybe revenues for a month or revenues for 2 months in the quarter, etc. So I really had to pause to see whether or not I missed something, right? So I don't think I did. So we will see, right? So let me go back to this, just get it out of the way. Motorists traveling through the area are being exercised to use caution. Well, yeah, there's that. So there's another article. This was from Or Today. No structural damage to toll roads, but NROC assessed $90 million in remedial costs. I never read this one, but it was sent by a challenge member to me. Let me see if they're sending me something again. Okay. So it says here, the NROC is reporting no structural damage to the toll roads, declaring that existing toll highway infrastructure performed well and was able to withstand the Category 5 hurricane. However, they conducted a post-storm site inspection to assess structural impacts, identify safety risks, and determine the immediate remedial actions to the Island's toll road. Let me zoom in case you can't see this. Found that both toll highways remain safe to use, but assessed a $90 million remedial cost across affected corridors of the toll road infrastructure. Am I not reading this clearly, or does this not make sense? They found that both toll highways remain safe to use, but assessed a $90 million remedial cost across. I don't know what that means. NROC presented the details of its post-storm site inspection findings at yesterday's first meeting of the Hurricane Melissa Parliamentary Committee. So I guess we're going to wait to see what else they're going to publish coming out of that inspection findings. I guess we'll see. Let me see here. So it says here that the Maypen Williamsfield Highway is currently in acceptable operational condition overall. Inspection did not reveal any structural damage due to the passage of Hurricane Melissa. The roads remain functional. The damage incurred was largely characterized by damage to the right-of-way fence. Okay, I get this. I get it now. Okay. There's also the pneumatic transfer system at the tollgate plaza was damaged during the hurricane. The inspection identified erosion and scoring of the left bank. Okay, there's that as well. Okay, so pretty much the road can be used, but it's minor stuff, cosmetic stuff. That's kind of what I'm getting here. I think the remedial stuff might all be the little things. The report is from NROC. They're reporting on the North-South and TJH Highway. The bill appears to become okay. All right. So yeah. So that's what we saw here today. So this is what we're looking at for Trans Jamaica as at today. Down 4%. Week to date is down 5.75%. Quarter to date still up 16%, and year to date only up 2.2%. I suspect in a day or two this may be negative, but we'll see, right? I learned today, and those who I was talking to shall remain nameless, but I learned today that I can be wrong too. So I was reminded today in a group that to have humility when I talk. Apparently some persons weren't a fan of of my $20 conversation for Trans Jamaica. And so, yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. Analog Planner. By the way, Analog Planner, we have a prize for you from our conference. We do not have your contact information. Please send us a DM on Instagram or send us an email, something so that we can contact you for your prize. Thank you very much. Analog Planner is saying we see a catalytic movement that has impacted price. Are you referring to the article that I just read? If so, I would agree with you. So I went through the report last time. I don't think I need to go through the report again. So we're seeing where, so here's what I'll say. If you notice where it was, let's say back to November 12th, right? And it spent a couple of weeks heading up, quite an interesting time. A lot of persons reaching out to me, a lot of persons asking me, Jermaine, what do you think? Jermaine, what do you think? So it's been an interesting 2 weeks, but you notice it's not a lot of volume, right? Considerably, right? So 2 million, 4 million, I think one day it had 10 million, which was here, November 26, when it finally surpassed $5. And then 8.6 million, 4 million. And you notice the volume got lower and lower, right? So the day that it had the most was when it surpassed $5 for the first time. And then everybody thought, to the moon from there. And then we kind of saw it hold at 5 for a couple of days. And then this, wonderful news came out over the weekend. And so we kind of understood what was going to happen at the start of the week. All right. So, yeah, so there was that. All right. So I want to know what everybody thinks about it first. So let me ask you first what you think before I say what I think. So what are your thoughts on the recent price movement for TJH? All right, so I'm going to put this up and I want you guys to tell me and then I'll see. All right, so Tamara is saying on IG, if it drops to 350, I would be able to jump back in. So 350 you're waiting for. Interesting. Venomous Prince says, I wanted to drop some more. They'll buy greedily. And okay. All right. Any other price prediction here for anybody? I'm not doing price predictions anymore, right? I'm not allowed to do that. So Shells, we went over it before, right? So they pretty much put notice that they're not going to start charging for the Williamsfield toll at December 1st as previously thought, and so investors didn't take too kindly to that. So all the gains that we saw over the last couple of weeks has now it's looking like it might be eroded. So we'll see, right? So I'll ask this again. What are your thoughts? There are 76 persons here. I'd like to hear from at least 20 of you, right? What are your thoughts? And let me know what price you think it's gonna settle at, right? So what are your thoughts? And let me know what price you think it's gonna settle at. It's just some random guy says just waiting on the dividend. Okay. All right. I see you, random guy. So Lavaine here says, close my position while in profit, so I'm patiently waiting. I expect it may reach 4.2-ish again. Okay, all right, interesting. Kriskovich says, expected, happened last year this time. Okay, I don't think it was the same reason, but okay. Quackster41 says, just joined, why the move down? I think I touched on that already. Analog Planner says, investors were anticipating the upswing in price based on the leg opening. The announcement caused a lowering of the price. Okay, I see you. Mr. Humble Kid says, mere sensationalism. Did I say that right? I believe the fundamentals remain strong. Why have they decided on the shells? I do not know. And shells, I was tempted to call Ivan and say, Ivan, what's going on? But he might have hung up on me. We don't have that kind of relationship. So yeah. So Quackster says good patriotism over profits. Well, if that's what you say, then well, let me leave that alone. The government had a talk with them. I remember I told you that they likely will not charge since Melissa, you did, Shells. You did, I remember. I must always remember that Shells is right. I could still buy at these prices and still be net positive. Okay, all right. Don't show off on us, sir. It's depressing, not gonna lie. Sean, where are you? I don't see any more, Sean. Sean says it's depressing, not gonna lie, but still somewhat happy because now you have time to buy more. The price has been down for so long. Okay. Think it could reach 445. Well, Levine says 420. It won't stay at that level for any time. Wild guess of about 420. Why did they say they won't start charging? Garfield says he's waiting on 410 to buy. Let me say IG. Mr. Wholeness. I don't think it's Andrew, but Mr. Wholeness says just wanted to touch 5 so I can sell. But Mr. Wholeness, why didn't you sell last week? That would have been the time. It touched 5 for multiple days last week. All right. If it goes below 4.2, it may be in oversold categories. Interesting. All right. So let's see here, right? So we have some price information here. Let's see. I expected the peak, then fall, had a strong feeling about the 1C delay. A lot of people were chasing and others took profits, rightfully so. Think it will go down to about 430 and linger a bit, maybe. Okay. So Earl Stewart says, any day now 360 is my price. For a month, I've been fanning off the speculators. And we'll bounce back counting January start date. Krishna, I haven't seen you in a minute. Might pull back to 435. Fundamentally, the company remains profitable and there will be an increase in dividends paid for 2026. 4.6 should be a decent price, still a great buy due to the fundamentals, right? I love how you guys are talking about fundamentals, right? I have some fundamental investors here. I know it would have dipped, but not back to the $3 range. Just have to hope the dividend is good. Okay, all right, let me see. It's just some random guy says, what does oversold mean? So Lavaine, since you use the term oversold, go ahead and explain it for us beginners here. So yeah, all right. So I'm gonna ask everybody here, 96 persons here, please take a minute to like the video, where I'm going to be intentionally asking for this now because we have just launched our Learn Level 1 course. It's our course for beginners who want to learn how to invest. The course has been launched yesterday. Renee did an awesome job hosting that launch here on YouTube. If you have not checked that out yet, please go and do that. The course is available in our community for you to take. I'm going to actually share a preview of it in a second so that you can see it. We have 2 modules uploaded, and so you can start taking the course. Some persons have gone through all of the modules already, have done the assignments, and so in the next 3 days, we're going to load the remaining 3 modules, and so you can take that course anytime, but we recommend that you start it right away, because if you take level 1 during December, then you'll be ready to take level 2 in January, and level 2 is going to be where it's at for next year. We have a lot of persons, right, just took advantage of our Black Friday special to sign up for level 2. I'm amazed at the response, I must say that. Let me give a shout out to all the level 2 members. If you are a level 2 member in the chat, just say level 2, and I'm looking forward to it, right? So we've completely revamped our investment challenge, and so it's gonna be revamp to level 2, and then we also have some persons who are joining us for level 3. Level 3 is going to be those persons who were in the challenge and they're able to take the next step. So that's what we're going to be focusing on for next year. But if you're a brand new investor, start with level 1, right? Take that course. I'm going to go to it shortly, but let me see if I can load it now, actually. Because Renee has been doing an awesome job with it. So let me share my screen. So this is our community. So now we're up to 2,350 members. Hopefully you can see that there. So that's awesome. And so if you're in the community, click on Learn Level 1 course, you'll be able to take the course. See what an awesome job Renee has been doing here. I'm only at 1 of 12 lessons. Please don't tell Renee. I should be further. But you click this course, you take the course. At the end, we have some surprises for those who are able to complete the course. I can't say what they are, but you may want to complete it. And then, of course, you can join the level 1 community here. I'm not going to zoom in now because I'm going to just take a quick jump back, but just wanted to point that out. So our Learn Level 1 course is available. Link is in the description. If you're a brand new investor, watch that course. So JLux, yes. So we are going to have certifications for level 1, certifications for level 2, at least hopefully by the end of 2026. So we do offer a certificate now for level 1 once you complete it. That's one of the surprises. So if you're able to complete it, you'll get a certificate with your name on it saying has completed, because we do have a quiz at the end, right? So when you finish the course, take the quiz. If you pass the quiz, you get your Learn Level 1 certificate. And then you'll also get, again, some perks within the community. I can't give them away right now. But yes, short answer is yes. So yeah, let us know if you're here and you're level 2. We see a few persons here, level 2. I know there are some level 3 persons here as well. All right, so the oversold explanation is here. So it's just some random guy. This is for you. Oversold meaning that a negative catalyst has caused it to dip below its true value momentarily. It leads to an opportunity for a great entry point. It typically doesn't last too long, but it can. I think you could explain oversold a little bit better than that, Levine, but I'll work with it. 420 will be the new support likely. There is still plenty of upside for the company, and the monies they missed will be made up in due time. They're gaining good publicity now. Analog is asking, you can sign up for level 1 anytime. You can. It is a free course, but what we're encouraging persons to do is take level course during December, so you can be ready for level 2, because level 2, so level 1 is going to introduce you to investing. It's going to help you to understand how much you have to invest, what are your options for starting. But level 2 is where you now actually get into investing, right? So level 1 is a stepping stone to get you to level 2, all right? The fundamentals play a major part in deciding if it's undervalued, and currently the fundamentals are in good shape, all right? Okay, so it's just some random guy says, thanks, Levine. Tamara is asking, how much will the dividend increase be next year? Tamara, watch my video I did last week. I went into all of that on my previous video, so check that out. Yeah, all right, so let me go back to my question here, because some of you may be just joining us now. What are your thoughts on the recent price movement of Trans-Jamaica? If you do not see this graph, last week, I was happy. I was counting my gains. I was celebrating. I was looking at my portfolio, smiling, right? And now I'm a little bit sad, right? I'm a little bit sad, right? Because and we noticed this, right? This is one of the things we talked about in our community. Somebody said it in the challenge meeting on Saturday, that sometimes what I think they said, bad news comes out over the weekend, right? So we didn't see it on their page, I think, till Friday or Saturday. I think it came out Saturday morning, right? So because if they had posted that during the week, that would have had an impact on the price on Friday, because Friday closed at 502. So it was at least being prepared to settle at 5, chill there for a while. Maybe it would stay there for a little bit, but a friend of mine at work, who's actually supposed to be joining me for an episode, he said he was waiting on the correction from when it was heading up to 5. So I need to talk to him tomorrow, right? Because he said he's not going to look at the stock. I asked him if he was going to do anything at these prices, because he's not a shareholder. And he's like, no man, I'm gonna wait. And so he should be feeling pretty good about it himself right now. I won't call the name because you'll meet him soon. All right. Let me see any other comments here. So I need your thoughts. I'm just gonna take a couple more thoughts and then I can wrap up this video. So Shells said, toll road don't need no publicity. People will either take it or they won't. Once they have the money, they're taking the toll. People hate sitting in traffic. Jamaicans have a thing with traffic. I have noticed that for sure. All right. So I'm going to take a couple more comments and then we'll wrap it up. But what are my thoughts, right? So I will say that, so I don't know how I feel, right? Because so a part of me feels like this sort of thing was unnecessary, right? I feel like after everything that we went through last year with the expectation with the offer of a sale, the price coming all the way down, because remember we're at 498 a year ago, 498, right? And then it had this kind of, so the thing with Trans Jamaica is that because it's such a liquid stock, right? It will move quite quickly in either direction, right? If there's bullish sentiment, you can see quite quickly. It can get up from $3.60 to $5 because that took place in like 2 months. And then now when there's bearish sentiment, it can also move quite quickly, right? So that is my concern here. Now, I don't think we're going to see below a certain price, but I'm not going to say anything because again, I'm being told that I'm an influencer, guys. That's what I was told today, that I'm an influencer. And I have to be careful of what I say. The term was that I'm a public figure. I don't know if you agree. I don't think so. Just a random guy on YouTube. But I'm not going to say it any prices, especially since I had my $20 price discussion last week. And here we're going in the opposite direction. So I'm feeling a little, I'm feeling some type of way right now is what I'll say, right? There will always be more cars. Jamaican hate walking, carpooling, and love show off. So more traffic. With more traffic, people will choose the toll. I look at things long term, and long term, I'm not worried about price direction. A cash cow like this will naturally move upwards given the cash coming in. Sean says, and we have to listen to what Sean says, guys. Sean says TJH is still a good buy. The fundamentals have not changed. All this tells me is that people are bullish on the stock, and when the leg opens, there will be a positive move. So it tells you to still buy. And then Quackster says, Shell's publicity in the sense of putting Jamaica and Jamaicans first. As I stated, I believe they are taking a patriotic stance. Okay, I get you. All right, so yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to, there was a Spurtree interview on Taking Stock earlier. So if you guys missed that, please check it out. I want to talk about Spurtree. Not today though, I'll talk about them maybe sometime next week. But there are a couple of videos that I'm going to be releasing over the next couple of weeks. So the good news is over the next couple of weeks, I'm expecting to do a ton of videos, right? So if you are not subscribed or you have not turned on notifications for the channel, turn it on right now, because if the boys work with me, I may do a couple of videos per week over the next few weeks, because it will be an easier time for me. And as LGI, we're gonna hopefully be taking a little bit of a break, so I'll have some time. Things are usually slower around December for work, so I'll have a little bit more time to plan videos. I've put up a few videos already that I'm just gonna share them here for you to see. So I'm going to be doing a lot of things in terms of just there's some things I want to talk about over the next couple of weeks, right? So I have my 2026 stock portfolio. So I do have some news where that is concerned. I'll be adding about 4 stocks, taking some positions in some stocks for the next couple of weeks. This is a time of year where I usually rebalance my portfolio, so I'm going to be doing that. I have my dividend stocks to watch for 2026. I did that same video last year. I'm going to update it now for 2026. This is the video I'm doing now. We did our L.E.A.R.N level 1 launch last night, and we're going to be launching level 2 officially next week. So you'll see a couple more videos. So turn on notifications, subscribe to the channel, and you don't want to miss any of these videos. We won't be sending any emails. We won't be posting in the community. We're just going to be spending time on YouTube. I might do a live Q&A as well. But a lot of videos are going to be coming out. Let me not say a lot before it doesn't work out the way that I expect. But I'm hoping to at least cover some topics over the next couple of days, right? So someone says, good take, Sean. Jordan Ray says, slow and steady wins the race. That sounds like Dan Theok from Mayberry. Shell says, not impressed by Spur 3. Sean says, I really want some clarity on this leg opening, though I feel like I have an old shareholder. Serious explanation, because it's starting to look like insider trading or some political motivations. Sean, excellent point, long-term mindset. And Shell says, TJH need to state when exactly they will start charging for true, because next year will be another hurricane. So that's my only issue here, right? Because as I said, I was at the investor briefing in person, and I didn't get any reason to believe that they would not have started this December 1st. So I'm more than a little disappointed at the fact that they didn't, right? And to me, if you weren't going to do it, say explicitly that we're not going to do it. Because here's the thing, if they had explicitly stated that, I don't think the price would do what it's doing. No, I don't think the price would go as high as it did at 5. But I still think would have seen somewhat of an increase and maybe a pause. But because there was such an increase, now that news comes out, it feels like it's not going to be announced at least for another month. Then we don't know how low can you go, right? What it shows is that TJH will very much climb to the $5 region with the increasing profit. Food for thought. So what I did like with this, and I'm happy you raised this point here, I am happy about the fact that it went over 5, stayed over 5 for 3 days, right? And of course, I think about 3 days because Jesus died and rose 3 days later. So the number 3 always stands out to me. But it went over 5 and stayed over 5 3 days. That's important because the psychological barrier for 5 is now, at least before it reached 5, persons thought maybe 5 would have been a block. So I'm happy it went over 5. That person who put like 1 million orders at 5.10, you and I are not friends. So don't message me on Telegram. Don't say anything to me, because I think you're the reason why it didn't go past 5.10, because you saw a chunk of orders at 510, maybe like 5 or 6, exactly the same unit. So we all assume that was the same person. And I feel like that might have been Sean. But that was one of the things that would have impacted how far it went, right? Because of course, a lot of persons started to load on some heavy units above 5 because that might have been a profit target for them. But if y'all would have just chilled a little bit, would have seen maybe 520, 530, and then maybe we wouldn't be below 5 right now, right? But each investor is allowed to do whatever they think is best, right? We always need a buyer and a seller, so somebody will have to be willing to sell it and somebody have to be willing to buy it, right? So I really feel like those orders in the queue, guys, was Sean. He will not admit it, but I feel like it was Sean, right? Or it might have been Jordan. So Jordan says goals were met, so it could have been Jordan. Let me see if that order is still in the queue, by the way. So you see that order is conveniently gone, right? So it's not there anymore, right? So I feel like that was Sean or Jordan. There's a chunk of orders at 372. Let me see here. Or I meant 375 here. Okay. So I'm looking at it. So I do know that I know some persons with some of these orders. I won't call any names. I know some of these persons. Right? But we will see. As I said, I'm not allowed to share price predictions anymore. I shared one price prediction at $20. And now I'm a villain, so I can't do that. All right. I can't share any more price predictions. All right. Okay. All right. So I think I'll cut it off here. But tomorrow should be interesting. And here's the thing that I will say, guys. So somebody made mention of the slow and steady. I will say this to everybody who is selling now. I will just say there is something that you need to appreciate, and there are some persons who I'm wary when I say this, by the way, because you're gonna be like, Jermaine, it's so much you love Trans Jamaica. This is not a Trans Jamaica thing, right? This is a understanding how investing works, right? So for those who are selling now, you're selling to persons who are slowly and surely accumulating their units. You're selling to persons who are building up a reserve of units. And then in the very near future, you may sell your shares at a certain price, and you may not be able to get back your shares at said price in the future because you may assume that you know where the price is going or how low it is going. And so you make the assumption that you'll always be able to get a certain price. And so you may take certain things for granted, right? So I'm saying it in a roundabout way, but I'll just say that there are those who think long-term in investing will typically be more profitable, is what I'll say, right? So I'll leave it at that. And that is aimed at the person who did those 510 orders. Right? All right. Any other questions or comments on Trans Jamaica? Shell says, don't listen to Jermaine. You need money now. So Shells is telling you to sell, right? Because she wants to buy lower, right? Sean says, I'm an advocate for Trans Jamaica reaching 6, took profit, but not that much. Well, I said this to somebody that the volume of units I have, for me to take profits, it's difficult because looking at even the queue right now, I don't know if I'd be able to get the units that I want if I took any meaningful profits. I did think about taking some profit, but I don't know. I don't know, right? There are persons who wanted to sell, and I'm sure there'll be persons selling because, again, sellers and buyers have to meet, right? It would be wild, but I would be lying if I wouldn't be happy. Okay. Or maybe selling to people who are chasing, then buy and then panic, sell low. Christmas is coming, sell, sell, sell. Okay. I got you. I got you. All right, Christopher, you need to check out our Learn Level 1 course. Hurry up and take the course for December so you can join us for Level 2 in January. All right. About the question I asked on taking stock about JPS, can I go ask the question again, please? I jumped off taking stock early to start this stream, so I didn't see the question you asked. Ask it here because I want to end the stream shortly. So I don't think I'm going to go the hour. All right. Hope everybody is doing well. Again, just if you're new to YouTube, turn on notifications, subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of videos over the next couple of weeks. A lot of different topics, etc. that I wanted to cover for a while. Right. So let me know in the comments below the video which topics you want me to cover because we're going to be branching out. Right. So we're not going to just talk about a set topic, right? Intent Trans Jamaica. I want to stop doing Trans Jamaica videos, guys, but I had to cover this one, right? I had to. But I want to talk about something I've wanted to talk about for a while. Is the state of unit trust, right? Because so everyone says that I sound sad for real. Guys, I'm okay. Right? Pray for me, but I'm okay. So let me see here. I see a couple of comments here. Ryan says, are you going to do a weekly video on Trans Jamaica? What's going to happen when NCB stops moving the price up? I don't think I'll be doing a weekly video on Trans Jamaica. As I said, I wasn't planning to do any more, right? I was going to do another video when it got to $20, but Sean ruined it for me. I think it's good to buy Trans Jamaica all the time. Okay, Finch. Christopher, the link is in the description of this video. Ryan says, have you given up on Tropical? I don't know how to answer that question. Can the government put a condition on JPS to list to the JSC if they want to renew their license? I don't think so. I think that would be an unreasonable condition to require them to list. I think I can't say, and I know a little bit about the situation. I can't comment on it. I'll just say that. We cry today but laugh tomorrow. Eventually, we'll all be able to retire with Trans Jamaica. It's not a Dolphin Cove situation. So I'm not mad, just confused. Jermaine, I want to stop doing Trans Jamaica videos. 2 weeks later, Jermaine, new Trans Jamaica video posted. You know what? I'm going to end it on that comment, right? I'm going to put it back because I did say that today. I'm like, I'm not doing any more videos. And then 20 minutes later, I posted a video. So we will see, right? I view Trans Jamaica as a long-term stock. People ask for JPS to list. Here's a vital infrastructure stock. Seems like a no-brainer. I would want JPS to list. I mean, I've been paying $50,000 light bills for a while now. I've paid millions of dollars to JPS since I've been a human being. And so I'd love for them to list so that I can get some dividends, of course. All right. Sean says, guarantee next month when Trans Jamaica goes over $5, Jermaine makes a video. I'm not doing any more videos on Trans Jamaica for 2025. I'll say that. All right. So, yeah. So, yeah, please. I'm going to play Learn level 1 video again. I'm just going to share here, right? So for those who are joining us, if you're brand new to investing, please check out our Learn Level 1 course. It was launched yesterday. Renee, our CEO, has been uploading the modules. We're going to do one per day for all of this week, it being the launch week. So go through the videos. They're short, direct, right to the point. They'll help you to prepare to invest, right? So first you look at your financial position. So go through just 4 short videos. And next one, establish your investment goals. Go through these videos as well. Tomorrow we'll have the assess your options. On Thursday we'll have research your options, and then Friday we'll have the normalize investing. So all of these will prepare you for level 2. So if you want to do our level 2 program, you will need to prepare by doing level 1 first, because here's the thing, right? So for those who want to join level 2 for next year, we did not do this before, but we're going to have a requirement next year that to do level 2, you have to do level 1. To do level 3, you have to do level 2, and so on, right? So it's best if you are planning to do level 2 at some point to take the level 1 course. It's best if you plan to do level 3 at some point to join level 2. All right, so check out that course. Link is in the description of this video. All right. So we're talking about Trans Jamaica today. I have said everything that I have to say here. I'm just doing a check to see if there are any other comments. It's just some random guy. JPS preference shares, I think, are listed, but no ordinary shares. So I think Simon was asking me how many videos I've done about Trans Jamaica. I should probably do a Trans Jamaica playlist, right? But I think I've probably done 15 or more videos on Trans Jamaica. Maybe I cover at least 3 or 4 times per year for the last 4 years. Yeah, so maybe 10 to 12, thereabout. All right, everyone. Stay tuned, turn on notifications, subscribe to the channel, check out that level 1 course. I have a surprise video coming up. I won't say it. It may be a real late night stream, maybe some 12, 1 o'clock. We'll see, but I'll see you again real soon. You've always heard that you need to invest, but you don't know where to begin.
Don't worry, leave that to us. We've been teaching people how to invest for the last 8 years and have helped over 45,000 people get started with investing in a simple way. And now we've made the process even easier by creating a course that teaches you how to get started investing in 5 simple steps. And it's called our L.E.A.R.N method.
Before you invest, you need to 1, look at your financial position. 2, establish your personal goals. 3, assess your investment options. 4, research the best options for you. And 5, normalize investing regularly.
With these 5 easy steps, you can start your investment journey with confidence and clarity. But wait, there's more. We've created templates and resources to help you take action right away. After this course, you will know how much you have to invest, your investment targets and timelines, and how to invest to achieve your goals. Register now at learngrowinvestclub.com.